It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer, all the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Blog Talk Radio.
What in the world is going on in the tutoring industry? Do you wonder how to expand your tutoring business? Are you ready to take your tutoring business online? Are you looking to become a better tutor? Get ready for the Tutor Outreach Radio Show hosted by Dr. Alise Holland. This globally syndicated radio show is empowering you to move forward with your tutoring goals to manifest your dreams of building a successful tutoring practice. Coming to you live on Blog Talk Radio, this hit show is tailor-made to help tutors and tutor business owners worldwide. Dr. Alise brings her knowledge, experience, and sense of humor to each show while introducing you to guests from all over the world who are experts in the fields of tutoring, coaching, education, and leadership. Call in with your questions or share some of your own experiences in academia. The Tutor Outreach Radio Show starts now. Here is your host, Dr. Alise.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Tutor Outreach Radio Show. My name is Dr. Alise Holland, but people around the world calls me Dr. Alise. I am also professionally known by Dr. Alise Holland Johnson, and I'm a mom, writer, thought leader, international intuitive life coach, researcher, and radio personality. Through the Tutor Outreach Group, which can be found at www.thetutoroutreach.com, I help tutors and tutor business owners build heart-centered global learning organizations to serve humanity, whether it is in the local community, face-to-face, or online in the field of education. A company called iGlobal Educational Services did an original research study in New York on my Dr. Holland Johnson's tutoring frameworks centered around evaluating tutoring sessions and coaching tutors. The title of this academic work is Coaching Tutors, an Instrumental Case Study of Testing an Integrated Framework for Tutoring Sessions. I will be at the 2018 National Tutoring Association in Tampa, Florida, to present the final results in a research session. So if you are attending the National Tutoring Association conference this year, then please stop by my session or chat with me so that we can get connected. I love putting a face with the name. The Tutor Outreach Group is a professional organization for tutors, teachers, college students, and other small business professionals who want to start either a home-based tutoring business or tutoring company, get clients to grow their tutoring business, improve their tutoring repertoire, gain insight into leading and hiring for a global learning organization, strategically grow their tutoring business based upon their own life purpose. The Tutor Outreach Group provides premium resources and networking opportunities throughout the year, and of course, I am available for group coaching through one of my tutoring mastermind groups in the USA or Canada. Stay with us for the next hour and let us help you experience what is going on in the tutoring industry and just overall pearls of wisdom and intuitive insights as it relates to you on your tutoring journey. Each fourth Tuesday of every month, we have our regular show with special guests from around the world, or I present tutoring strategies, tips, pearls of wisdom, and intuitive insights to help you on your tutoring journey at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Blog Talk Radio. If you have been following my life's work, then you know that I have boatloads of experiences in the education industry and still serve to help humanity. It is my passion to empower others and help them take control of their learning and their lives. I see my role as a merchant of hope to others as they travel on their own academic journey. As the Spirit guide me, you may also notice some special or bonus shows on our upcoming schedule, so stay tuned. I have some spiritual messages that I will share with you at the end of our show today. Whether you're a regular listener or a long-time listener, or you just found out about the Tutor Outreach radio show, we are so glad that you are here with us. We are very excited to take some of your calls for free tutoring advice or just to answer your life or academic question. You can call into the show on 646-668-2562. Again, that number is 646-668-2562. Send us a private message in our chat room. Give us your name and the area code you are calling from and what you want to speak about so that we can make sure we address any of your questions. Stay with us for the next hour as we have a special guest on the call. Today we have Dr. Makeba Butler, CEO and founder of Elite Minds Tutoring and Mogul Enterprises, who will be sharing with us some pearls of wisdom of what it takes to be a successful in-home tutoring and online tutoring business owner, and what she and her team are doing around the world to help move the tutoring industry forward for our future. Before we get into that conversation, let me just share with you a little bit more about her. Dr. Makeba Butler is an author, entrepreneur, former classroom teacher, coach, and speaker. Her company, Elite Minds Educational Services, is a full-service education company focused on improving the family dynamic and how it relates to academics. Dr. Makeba is strongly committed to making the academic performance of America's students great again, one GPA at a time. She believes that there is power in helping parents and caregivers develop strong, positive academic relationships with their children. Her expertise is in the tutoring industry, where she has helped to develop and expand businesses around the country. Dr. Butler teaches mindset rehab, how to attract the ideal client, how to expand your organization through independent contracting, extending your reach, marketing, and scaling for business growth. Dr. Makeba has served as a panelist, session facilitator, and guest speaker in various professional and educational spaces. Some of her signature keynotes include the benefit of building sustainable relationships with diverse populations, teacher-student relationships, how they encourage the academic achievement of black males, the parent factor, ways to connect academically with your student, and it's a heart thing, cracking the code on teaching the black male student. According to Dr. Makeba Butler, there is nothing more powerful than the relationship between a parent and their child. Even more important is the equipping of parents to provide the best support a student can need to succeed. When parents understand the usefulness of developing and putting in place a team to support this effort, powerful things can happen. So, on that note, let's welcome Dr. Butler to the Tutor Outreach radio show. Hello, Dr. Makeba Butler. How are you?
Hi, Dr. Alise. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
It is such a pleasure to be here. I am so excited that you chose me to be on your show. I always take pleasure in being able to share bits and pieces of what make me happy, what I'm passionate about, anything related to academics and students, anything like that. So anytime I get an opportunity to be able to share that with the world, I am grateful. So thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. So, we just got to ask. So tell us, why did you get into the tutoring industry?
So I'll tell you, getting into the tutoring industry was not something that I sought after initially. I am a former teacher, so I've taught for the past 11 years, and I've since transitioned into full-time entrepreneurship, but I was a teacher for a while and did some other things previous to that. But I started my tutoring business, not necessarily the company. I started my tutoring business because there was a need that was in my classroom among my students. I had a lot of parents who were asking me on a regular basis, do you know of any tutors? Of course, I saw how the students were performing in my classroom, and so there were things that I was doing for them, off the record, so to speak, but it wasn't anything that was formal. And so I had parents asking me if I had any tutoring referrals that I can make. Was there anyone that I can put in contact with their children? And I got tired of telling them no. I didn't have anyone for them. So I said, you know what? Maybe this is something that I need to kind of put my time and energy into. When there is no resolve to a problem, you provide the solution. So I started tutoring students before school and after school. And I remember my first set of clients were official set of clients, rather, because I did some free tutoring. As tutors, we start off sometimes doing free services. So I remember my first paid clients were a set of twins. And I still keep in contact with, this was about 5 years ago, I still keep in contact with their mother now. Their mother lets me know how they're doing, and they are doing phenomenally well in middle school now. So, my tutoring company got started from just a need that I saw that I needed to provide a resolve to.
Wow, that's powerful. Many private tutors, especially the private tutors who come from the classroom, their stories are similar to yours. So thank you so much for trusting us with how you got started in the tutoring industry. So on that note, what communities do you currently serve at your tutoring company?
So the communities that I serve vary a little bit. So we do market to the K-12 industry. So we provide services kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade. We have had several clients in the past who are college students, but our main market is the kindergarten to 12th grade academic market. And then we focus on struggling students, but not necessarily struggling students who are academically struggling. So we look at those students who are socially struggling, who may be struggling behaviorally. Those are some things that we focus in on as well when we look at the market and the community that we look to service. We also focus on the parent community and what we're doing. One of the things that I'll get into a little bit later is the mission, the initiative that we're starting with parents. And where I feel that if that link is connected, then we'll see a big change in how students perform. So that those communities are what we're looking into, diving into a little bit deeper. We have a desire, a company has a desire to really help everyone. Of course, in business you can't help everyone, but we do have a desire to navigate through those hindrances and kind of figure out ways that we'll be able to provide something for the total child and as many children and parents who desire to have that assistance. So that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking forward to doing.
Okay, so where are you located here in the United States?
So we have 2 locations currently. We started in Florida, Tallahassee, Florida, is where I started my tutoring company. And now we still have the Florida location operating. We do quite a bit of business there. But we also have transitioned to Chicago, to the Illinois, Chicagoland area. And so we are expanding there. and really looking like this area in Chicago and the Chicagoland area is going to be the area where a lot of the great effort and the work of Elite Minds Tutoring and Elite Minds Educational Services will take place. That's where I think the connection is going to happen, and that's where I think the greatest of our work is going to happen. Of course, we have a desire to take our company, just implement different branches of what we do all over the country, and then we have a desire to go internationally. So there's a lot of things on the horizon, but that's where we are right now.
Okay, well, hold that thought, Dr. Butler. I'd like to make sure that we have plenty of time to capture the whole idea. We have to go to break now, so you are listening to the Tutor Outreach Radio Show with Dr. Alise and special guest Dr. Makeba Butler. When we come back, Dr. Butler will share with us the types of learners that will benefit from in-home tutoring and signs that parents should look for when determining if online tutoring is right for their child. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
In today's global society, parents are realizing that their children must get a quality education, so they are taking charge of their own child's learning needs. It doesn't matter whether children are attending schools or being homeschooled. They still have continued support when they are working on their studies at home. Similarly, children who are being homeschooled have the same options available to them too. Parents may opt to seeking tutoring services to supplement their child's homeschooled educational program. Any parent that has the desire to work with their children at home should have good information about how to strategically help him or her reap the benefits of using a data-driven approach to learning at home. In 2001, the United States Congress passed the bipartisan No Child Left Behind NCLB Act that promised high standards, accountability, more choices for parents, and research-based methods of instruction. Parents are realizing they truly have control of their children's education, and many options are available to them. Written by an educator and mom who has been a long-time tutor, this book will take you on a journey in which you will discover more about your child and yourself. Once you get to know your child academically, you'll learn how to choose the right learning environment for your child, select a curriculum for your child, plan your child's lessons, supplement your child's curriculum, access your child's progress, keep track and report your child's grades to him or her and the school, and find professional development opportunities for parents who want to help their child. Take a data-driven approach to helping your child at home. By using these strategies at home with your child, you'll experience a significant increase in your child's academic achievement and prepare your child for future global opportunities. You can get your copy of 8 Steps to Helping Your Child in School, The Parent's Guide to Working with Your Child at Home, Strategies to Improve Your Child's Academic Skills on Amazon.com, or submit your book order at orders@iglobaleducation.com.
We're back on the Tutor Outreach Radio Show with Dr. Alise and special guest Dr. Butler. We're continuing the conversation about in-home tutoring and online tutoring. If you have any questions, then please call into the show on 646-668-2562. Again, that number is 646-668-2562. Send us a private message in our chat room. Give us your name and the area code you are calling from and what you want to speak about so that we can make sure we address any of your questions. But before we continue, I want to make sure that everyone knows how to contact our special guest, Dr. Makeba. Could you please give us your contact information for listeners and how parents can sign up for one of your tutoring programs at Elite Minds Tutoring?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So you can contact me a number of different ways. I'm all over the place. I am on Facebook. The name of my company's Facebook page is Elite Minds Educational Services. You can find that there. You can also find my personal business page under Dr. Makeba C. Butler. That is the 2 ways that you can find me on Facebook. If you're on Instagram, you can find me at the Tutor Mogul. I am on Instagram under at the Tutor Mogul. And then my website is www.e-es C-O. And if you want to, if you're interested in your children receiving services or getting more information, you can go to the Contact Us tab on that website and send me a personal message, and we'll get back to you once I receive that message. There's also a lot of information under the Tutoring tab on the website, tons of information about our company. The website in and of itself is just a great read, so familiarize yourself with that website. But there's a bunch of different ways to get in touch with me. We also have a private Facebook group on Facebook for parents and family caregivers, all of alike. And you can request that, entry to that. That is called the Elite Minds Parent Edition. It's called, it's under Elite Minds, my company, the Parent Edition. And so a lot of different ways that you can connect with me and the people that we serve and just have really great conversation and learn great things about our movement.
Thank you so much, Dr. Butler, for providing us with that information. Now, let's focus a little bit more on helping parents determine what type of tutoring is best for their child. What types of learners would benefit from in-home tutoring?
So, in-home tutoring, this is where I get very passionate about tutoring. Regardless of the fact, regardless of the method that you choose to get tutoring for your child, there are things that you need to keep in mind about how to recognize those signs. So kids basically have a way of letting their parents, their teachers, their caregivers, they have a way of letting them know when there's something wrong. And so I like to make sure that I tell parents, recognize those signs, look for those signs, seek out those signs. If your child is suddenly having a decrease in confidence, that's probably a red flag that something's going on. If there is a sudden dislike for school, there may be something going on that you need to give a little bit of attention to. If grades start slipping, obviously that's something that you want to pay attention to, and then you want to be proactive with what you see. So, a lot of times we get a lot of inquiries about tutoring. It's at a point where there's absolutely no other option left. And so I call that reactionary thinking. And so parents are reacting to what they have just learned, where I typically tend to ask, is this the first time that you've heard about this? I used to be a teacher, so my parents didn't hear about a child struggling when they got to that F. My parents had been consistently told that we're having an issue here, or this test is showing this here, or this test is showing, this homework is here. Parents typically have an idea of what their child is doing early on, but they choose to not be proactive. So I think, when you're looking at the types of learners that would benefit from in-home tutoring, it's those students. Any learner can benefit from in-home tutoring. It's basically about where you are in your level of understanding. And don't always look at tutoring as a rehabilitative measure. I have some clients who are receiving enrichment tutoring because, they're on grade level and their parents want them to start performing above grade level. So, tutoring is not always about finding a problem. It could be to avoid a problem. So that's the difference between that proactivity and that reactionary concept. We have independent learners, students who are able to work independently, disciplined learners, visual learners, possibly kinesthetic learners. All of those types of learners would do very well with tutoring because they need to be pulled from that group mentality and brought into a one-on-one mentality. And I know our company provides one-on-one tutoring. I've never been a big believer of small group tutoring. It just doesn't work for what my focus and my mission is for my company. We focus on subject mastery. We don't focus on homework help, and we don't focus on just making it through the day. We focus on getting that child to where they have completely mastered that subject. And it may not happen in a semester. It may take a year for that to happen. So, it didn't happen overnight that the child became, not performing at optimal levels. It happened over time. So in order for that child to get better, it's going to take time for that to happen. So the biggest takeaway there is that any child really would be a great option for in-home tutoring. Parents and teachers and caregivers just have to make sure that they're aware and they're looking at the signs and acting appropriately.
Thank you for sharing that information. Now, when it comes to English language learners and learners who have special needs, how does in-home tutoring support their learning needs?
You know what? It takes them out of that environment where they might be a little shy or where they feel like they have to perform to keep up with their peers. And so, I found just in tutoring, I no longer provide the tutoring services. I have contracted tutors who do that for our company. But when I was tutoring, what I found was, when you take a child out of an environment where there's constant pressure to perform, once you take that child out of that environment and they're able to perform on their own level and their own way, you start seeing changes in that. So even with, English as second language learners and, students who have, conditions, whether it's attention deficit or, whether it's, dyslexia or whatever, a lot of times just removing them from the environment that they're in and allowing them to have that specific individualized support before we move into the tutoring component, building, that relationship with the child, helping them to understand that this is why I'm here. I'm here for you. So, it doesn't really put a lot of emphasis on the problem that the child has, more than it just really puts emphasis on removing them from something that may cause them to feel like they have to perform as their peers perform. So that's what I've always observed, and that's kind of what I teach my tutors when they do take on a student is to, observe where the child is, observe what they may need, observe how you can handle that and how you can provide solution for that. And that's how I feel. That's why I feel that individualized, that one-on-one tutor would be best for them.
Thank you so much for sharing that information. So now we're going to kind of switch gears and kind of look for signs for online tutoring. So my question to you is, what are the signs that you would share with parents to look for if online tutoring is right for their child?
Okay, and I would actually use myself as an example for this. So I have attained 3 degrees, and I have gotten those degrees in different mediums. So I've gotten my degrees in a classroom setting, university setting, and I've gotten my degrees online. The setting that worked best for me was the online medium. So that platform was best for me because the type of person that I am, I like to do things on my own time. I like to do things where I feel like I have the ability to control my environment. I like to be able to, I'm disciplined enough to be able to not need someone constantly over my shoulder. So I think that using that example, parents, in order for parents to, identify what they need to look for in terms of online tutoring, and parents know best, is your child disciplined enough? Are they mature enough to be able to handle not having someone constantly in their face all the time? The benefits of online tutoring is being able to do it in your space, being able to do it at a time that's most convenient for you, doing it in a way that does that allows your independence to come out and show forth. You have a certain amount of autonomy that you can display in, when you're dealing with online tutoring. And not every child, can do that. Now, I've had, I've spoken to parents who, have elementary kids, and personally, I haven't experienced, elementary kids being great candidates for online tutoring. It's been more middle school and definitely high school kids who are able to, deal with that a little bit better. But recently, I've had a couple of conversations with parents who have 4th graders and 5th graders who actually feel that their child would do well in online tutoring. So that's, parents know best. They know their child better than anyone else. So I think just looking for those obvious signs, can you trust your child to be on the computer and focus solely on, on the task at hand with online tutoring? Is your child disciplined enough? Are they mature enough? Can they be trusted to be able to do those things? Those are the things that you kind of want to ask yourself as a parent, and then kind of have those conversations. I'm a big proponent of having conversations with your children and asking them questions that, put them in the position to tell you what they think.
Well, this is excellent. Now, I know that all online tutoring opportunities are not created equal. There are some tutoring companies that have an online tutoring platform that is like a secured virtual classroom with a recording feature. So if the parent is not able to stay with the child throughout the entire session, then, they can go back and review the recorded session, or even the child can go back through the online tutoring session as well. So all of these signs that you're mentioning is definitely important for them to determine if online tutoring is right for their child.
Correct.
So when it comes to hiring tutors, what do you look for when hiring tutors to work at Elite Minds Tutoring?
I take the hiring and the recruitment process very seriously because I view it as a tutor essentially being me in the field. So what I am unable to do in the field, I would need that tutor to do the same thing on the same level with the same amount of expectation. So I have a very strong vetting process that I take potential recruiters through, and I will say that probably the percentage of the candidates that actually get through the entire process in the past has been about 3 to 5% of the number of candidates who actually apply, and that's because the process is very intense, and there are things that you need to provide for me, and there are things that I need to verify. So when I look at, the characteristics that make up really great tutors for Elite Minds Tutoring, I look at whether or not they have the ability to be a relationship builder. So I did my dissertation on teacher-student relationships, and I'm a very, very strong advocate. I will actually put everything that I believe on this one concept, and that is that relationships change the complete dynamic of a situation when you're looking at academic performance. And that's with any race, that's with any gender. I believe when students feel like they are cared for and they feel like the person who's sharing with them and transferring that information to them, when they feel like that person genuinely cares for them and cares about the outcome of their situation, they will let the guard down and start performing. So when I look for tutors, one of the questions that I ask in the tutor application is about relationship building. And so I need to know that a tutor understands that building a relationship with those students is far more important than tutoring an academic subject. And it may seem really weird when people hear that, but I am a firm believer that academics does not come first when you're tutoring somebody. It is the relationship that you build with that student that comes first. Because once you build that successfully, then everything else will go smoothly. So I look for whether or not the person is a relationship builder. I look at whether or not they're comfortable with children. So I ask them questions. I ask them about their past tutoring experiences. I ask them if they have brothers and sisters. I ask them certain things that would let me know that they're comfortable with children. All people should not be teachers. I mean, we have teachers out there that should not be teaching because they don't have the attitude to relate to children the way that they need to. And so I feel the same way about tutors. They should also have the ability to transfer information effectively. So Dr. Alise, this is really big for me. Just because you know a lot of information about a subject area doesn't mean that you're a great tutor of it. That just means that you have a great grasp of the content. If you're not able to transfer that information effectively to a student so that they can learn it and then be able to apply it, you're not a good fit. You're not a good tutor. Same thing about a teacher. Just because you have been educated on how to teach doesn't mean
Dr.
that you're
Butler,
able to apply that.
You're breaking up. We have a bad reception here. So we're going to take a break, a short break, so that we can see what's going on with our connection here. You are listening to the Tutor Outreach Radio Show with Dr. Alise and special guest Dr. Butler. When we come back, Dr. Butler will share with us some pearls of wisdom to help fellow private tutors.
Known for her radiant, positive energy, no sugarcoating, and fierce pursuit of helping tutors and tutor business owners manifest a client-centered tutoring practice. Outside of academia, Dr. Alise is a highly sought-after inspirational speaker, researcher, group facilitator, and intuitive coach. She believes that every child can learn in the right learning environment, and everyone has a purpose in this world. She wants to help you make a significant impact with your tutoring practice, and she's created many ways to do that through her research, teaching, speaking, writing, and coaching. Are you ready to take your tutoring practice to the next level? To work with Dr. Holland and find out more about her, visit www.tutoringmastermind.com. Join our 2-day participation-based symposium that will empower you to grow as a tutoring practitioner, teacher, program manager, instructional leader, tutor mentor, academic coach, and tutor business owner. If this describes you, you need to be here. Our 2018 annual tutoring conferences will be held in Phoenix, Arizona, October 27 to 28, 2018. In Long Beach, California, June 14 to 15, 2018. In Toronto, Canada, July 19 to 20th, 2018. You get to decide where you want to attend. Arizona, California, or Canada. Your choice. We welcome individual presentations, panel sessions, interactive roundtable discussions, and research results. We hope to see you there, as another epic tutoring conference is in the making. To register, you can call 213-373-4183 or email info@tutoringconference.com or get your ticket on our website at www.iglobaleducation.com. Our 2018 conference sponsor is the Tutor Outreach Group, and you can get your ticket on their website at www.thetutoroutreach.com.
Are you thinking about adding an e-learning or online tutoring program to your tutoring business? Are you wondering how you would operate your online tutoring business? These are questions that you will need specific answers that will deliver data-driven results. In the #1 source for tutors and tutor business owners, Dr. Holland starting and operating your online tutoring business, Tutor Consultant, Dr. Holland delivers her field-tested advice so that you can select an online tutoring platform that caters to 4 learning modalities, implement her 13-step process for working with new and returning clients, conduct online tutoring sessions and write monitoring notes for clients, apply Dr. Holland Johnson's lesson plan framework, build a customized online curriculum, acquire know-how for finding online clients, and dozens of other strategies you will need to be successful with your online tutoring business. Take a practical approach to starting and operating your online tutoring business. By taking the time now to plan, you are positioning your online tutoring business for longevity in the tutoring industry. You can get your copy, Starting and Operating Your Online Tutoring Business, the blueprint for running an online learning organization, on Amazon.com, or submit your book order at orders@iglobaleducation.com.
We're back on the Tutor Outreach Radio Show with Dr. Alise and special guest Dr. Makeba Butler. We are still discussing tutoring, but this time around, Dr. Makeba will share some pearls of wisdom for private tutors. If you have any questions, then please call into the show on 646-668-2562. Again, that number is 646-668-2562. Please send us a private message in our chat room. Give us your name and the area code you are calling from and what you want to speak about so that we can make sure we address any of your questions. Dr. Butler? Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Things are much, much, much better. I'm glad.
Okay.
So, what advice would you offer to private tutors who are interested in starting an in-home and online tutoring business?
I would. I have a book on this. I actually wrote an ebook, 7 Steps to Starting Your Home-Based Tutoring Business, and it's the exact steps that I used in starting mine several years ago. So I do have that. They can actually find that on the website under the shop tab. But there's several things that I would tell, but just a couple. You definitely want to do an internal. You want to. I always tell, people think that starting a tutoring business is like really easy and really simple. And so, they see that they're a teacher or they see that they like to, help kids. And there's a lot more that goes in with that. So you kind of need to just look internally and make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. There are going to be some down moments. There are going to be some times when clients just don't call. They don't come in. You're not, you don't get a lot of people, banging down your door, especially in the first several years of, starting your business. So you want to make sure that you have a strong understanding that this is a commitment and that this is something that you want to do. So do an internal evaluation to see where your mind is. The second thing that I would say, or a piece of advice that I would give anyone wanting to start a tutoring business, is to just do it. I mean, once you've gotten through all of that, once you've gotten through all of the, should I do it? Okay, am I good enough to do this? Or am I going to be able to help anybody? Once you get through all of that clutter, the next thing is to just do it. Figure out the name that you're going to have. Get your business registered. Do all this other stuff that you want to do. Start focusing on the main thing, which is helping children succeed. So make sure that your mind is in the right place. I do a training on mindset rehabilitation, and it applies to every area of our lives, but especially when you want to start a business. I think starting a business is a phenomenal idea for anyone to do. And tutoring, and of course, with tutoring being my area of expertise, I definitely believe that there is far more of a need for tutoring than anything else. So just make sure that it's something that you want to do and get a piece of that, $103 billion tutoring pie that's out there right now. That's how the online tutoring industry is growing. So definitely go for it if that's what you want to do.
It's funny that you say that because, you're 100% correct. Many of the tutors who have shared with me about their tutoring journey, that's how they started. It was a nudge. It was something on the inside of them that.
Okay, so while you were talking, actually, you were breaking up a little bit. So I think you asked me, is there anything else that I want to share about Elite Minds? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So, we are, our company is Elite Minds. Elite Minds Tutoring is a subsidiary of our company. So we have our company name is Elite Minds Educational Services. And what we do with that now, the tutoring part of our company is our core. And we have student academic coaching that we're focusing a lot on, and we have parent education consulting. Parent education consulting is the baby, the core, the heart of what I do personally. My tutoring is done by the team that I have, the tutor team that I have, but the coaching and the consulting is done by me. I am very, very passionate about being able to educate children on how to pull out their inner genius and apply it to every area of their life. We focus on social, academic, and behavioral adeptness. So it's not just about academics with me. It's about being able to create the total child, and so that's where that student academic coaching comes in. And then I believe that the missing link to all of this is parents. I believe that if parents are strongly educated, I believe that if they are strongly educated and then given the tools they need to apply what they know and what they've learned through education, that the whole dynamic of student performance, student social behavior will change for the better. I believe, and I've said this before, this is a strong platform that I stand on. I believe that we're living in an educational culture that puts a lot of emphasis on parent involvement, but there has not been a blueprint designed to speak to that. And so that's something that I definitely want to make sure that I provide for the parents that I come across. So we're doing a lot of parent seminars. We're doing parent workshops. We're doing teacher workshops. There are a lot of different things that I feel teachers need to be further educated on and how to relate to children. Particularly, the particular interest that I have is Black males. I believe that Black males is a certain type of way that you deal with them, that you educate them. And I believe that not knowing this and understanding this 100% by teachers contributes somewhat to the low academic performance of those students. I don't believe that the academic performance being low of African-American males has everything to do with incompetency. I believe there's a parent component, and I believe there's a teacher component, and those components need to gel. So that's what we're getting into. So I want to spread that message all over the world. That's what I want to do. I believe students perform all over the world. I believe parents are all over the world. So if I can get that message to them, that would do my heart just wonderfully.
Just listening to you talk about all of this, I can feel the passion. I can feel that your heart is connected to these special initiatives. And
yes.
honestly, this is where we need to focus. Many students are now doing research on how to bridge the home and school connection with parents. So the fact that you have already found a solution for parents to have, to come in and attend your parent workshops. Now, are these face-to-face or online? How can parents attend these workshops?
These are face-to-face seminars right now. I actually just started, really, really diving into this part of what I do. They are face-to-face, so I am moving around the Chicagoland area, putting these parent seminars together and giving what I can. I do on my Facebook Live group. The desire will be to have those seminars because they are free right now. They probably won't be free forever, but they are free right now. So in the Facebook Live group, our plan is to go live with those parent seminars and provide them to the parents who are in the group at this time. So the best way to be able to connect yourself with what we're doing is to get into that Facebook Live group, Elite Minds, the Parent Edition. Stay connected with me through my website. Stay connected with me through Facebook on the pages, the page that I told you. Those are the best ways to stay connected and to get involved with that. Eventually, if the Lord will have it, we will take this across the country and, do parent seminars as many places as the doors will open. So that's what we want to do in the future.
Dr. Makeba, you already know, with God, all things are possible, and you should really strongly consider attending one of my tutoring masterminds because what you are doing is what is needed in this world. So thank you so much for sharing with us. Do you have anything else that you would like to share with us from what we can expect from you as well as the Elite Mind Tutoring Company in the near future besides what you've already shared?
The final thing that we are working on, this is from the social impact. Of course, every business, I believe, should have a social impact. I believe that there should be something that we're doing for our community. And what Elite Minds wants to do is we are looking to do a pilot program that will provide free tutoring services to students who are in low-income families or who are in areas that are designated socially economically disadvantaged areas. And so what we're wanting to do this year is we're wanting to pilot a program here in Chicago for about 20 students to be able to provide them one-on-one tutoring for a year for free. And the reason behind this is not just to say we've given out all of this free tutoring, pat us on the back, and send us on our way. The reason for doing this is because there's an objective behind knowing that when a student is proven research, that if a student receives 1 to 2 hours of tutoring per week consistently for a year, they will improve at least one grade level in that year. So my goal, my desire is to show whoever wants to look at the national level, at the local level, wherever, that these children who are performing low are not incompetent. They need dollars to be given to them.
Dr. Makeba, we would love to have you on the show again in the future. We're running out of time right now. We got to take a quick break, and when we return, I will share with you 2 messages from the Spirit and Angels, so stay tuned.
If you have an appetite for fun, then the Disney California Adventure Food and Wine Festival is the place to be. March 2nd through April 12th, only at the Disneyland Resort. Enjoy deliciously fresh food, California wines, craft beers, specialty cocktails, live music, and more. All served up with a dash of Disney magic. Get more details at disneyland.com/foodandwine.
In today's global economy, tutoring is beginning to get the respect and recognition it deserves. Due to budget cuts, high teacher-student ratios, and the many changes impacting the school system, parents and school districts are seeking qualified independent tutors or learning organizations to provide data-driven tutoring. With these type of tutoring opportunities, tutors need a blueprint to follow so that they can start out with good information and build a successful learning organization that delivers data-driven results. In the #1 source for tutors and tutor business owners, Dr. Holland's Expanding Your Tutoring Business Series, Tutor Consultant, Dr. Holland delivers her field-tested advice so that you can develop the organizational infrastructure you will need to run your learning organization, access and acquire the office space and payment that will grow with your tutoring business, develop programs that are designed to give back to the community, design processes to listen to the people who matters within the learning organization, acquire know-how for budgeting, and dozens of other strategies you will need to be successful in the tutoring industry. Take a practical approach to building your global learning organization. By using practical steps and proven methods in your toolkit, you'll quickly find your learning organization in demand. You can get your copy of Expanding Your Tutoring Business Volume 1, the blueprint for building a global learning organization, on Amazon.com, or submit your book order at orders@iglobaleducation.com.
Known for her radiant, positive energy, no sugarcoating, and fierce pursuit of helping tutors and tutor business owners manifest a client-centered tutoring practice. Outside of academia, Dr. Alise is a highly sought-after inspirational speaker, researcher, group facilitator, and intuitive coach. She believes that every child can learn in the right learning environment, and everyone has a purpose in this world. She wants to help you make a significant impact with your tutoring practice, and she's created many ways to do that through her research, teaching, speaking, writing, and coaching. Are you ready to take your tutoring practice to the next level? To work with Dr. Holland and find out more about her, visit www.tutoringmastermind.com.
We're back on the Tutor Outreach Radio Show with Dr. Alise. While we were on break, I intuitively selected these 2 postcards from the Spirit using Colette Baron Reed's system. Let me share them with you. Dear you, there are times in life when taking a risk is better left for another day. Other times are perfect for taking that leap, no matter how dangerous it might seem. Well, hold on to your parachute strings, for today is leap time. Realize that no matter what, we will not let you fall, drown, get lost, or hurt yourself in any way on this one. Even if it may feel like you are in a free fall, we are here for you, and you cannot stop freaking out about getting hurt and relax into this transition to something new. All the elements are in place, and your soul is ready for a new experience. No matter what you're asking about, it's time to take the risk and do that thing that scares you. No matter what happens, you will land softly, right on target, Don't worry about the outcome. Spirit's got that covered. It's taking the leap itself that's the point. We love your courage. Embrace it. Wow, guys, that's a powerful message. So if you have any goals in any area of your life, now is the time to really take steps towards those goals, even if it's just baby steps. The time is right. We're coming up on a new season. Spring is almost here. So you have all the green light that is necessary to live out what your heart is set to do. The second message, dear you, it might be hard to believe you'll ever get to where you want to go. Feel the way you feel and find peace and security. But you can. There's lots to celebrate in this life. But first, you need to let go of this attachment to achieving certain results. It is easy to get caught in the endless loop of wanting this or that so that you can feel safe. The only way out is to surrender the attachment, empty yourself so that you can be filled with something new. The compulsion will be lifted and peace will come. Trust that something better waits, that something new will open up and you will see new opportunities for fulfillment. The truth is whenever you get into that loop, what you are really looking for is spirit. That connection is where the power, the peace, and the purpose lies. Everything else follows after that. Give yourself a hug. We've got you. Loving you so much. Guys, this is another powerful message. Sometimes everything that we're looking for is right inside of us. So it's important for you to listen to that inner voice. Some of us may call that inner voice trusting our gut, but the proper term for that is intuition. That is the spirit, that is God, that is the great divine talking to you. That's your soul letting you know what it is that you need to do for your life purpose. So these are two powerful messages from the Spirit. I hope that you found them beneficial for you. If you would like to work with me, Dr. Holland, you can go to my Tutoring Mastermind's website, www.tutoringmastermind.com, or find us on Facebook at the Tutor Outreach Group and send us a message. If you have any tutoring questions, then join us in one of our Facebook groups, and you can find that information at our Facebook page, the Tutor Outreach Group. We love having active members who are willing, ready, and able to share and network with our colleagues. I want to thank you all for tuning in to the Tutor Outreach radio show. I had a wonderful time with our special guest, Dr. Makeba Butler, and, of course, you all. I hope that you learned a great deal about in-home tutoring and online tutoring and what it takes to be successful with your tutoring practice. Please join me every fourth Tuesday of the month at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next month on the Tutor Outreach Radio Show, I will have founder of All for One Tutoring, professor and author, Dr. Sharice Hayes. This upcoming episode will be centered around after-school programs and, of course, tutoring. This is another episode that you don't want to miss. Leave us some comments and stay tuned. Have a great week, and I'll see you back here next time. Remember, you are loved, you are valued, and you are competent.
You've been listening to the Tutor Outreach Radio Show, hosted by Dr. Alise Holland. This hit show comes to you live every fourth Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern on Blog Talk Radio. Each show is empowering you to move forward with your tutoring goals to manifest your dreams of building a successful tutoring practice. If you've missed any part of this show or want to find out more about Dr. Holland, visit thetutoroutreach.com. That's thetutoroutreach.com.
I conned this entire family into thinking I'm Pete, but now they mean everything to me.
On March 9th.
Hey, Pete, take us to the $11 million. You got 72 hours before we start clipping your family.
If we don't do what these guys want, we're all dead.
Every con
There are too many secrets in this family.
has consequences.
So how are you gonna pull this off? If you say go tonight, it will go tonight.
The new season of Sneaky Pete returns March 9th on Amazon Prime Video. Season 1 available to stream now.
When you come into Carrabba's Italian Grill, get ready to say, wow! Because now Carrabba's is giving you more of what you love, like 25% more pasta in your favorite dishes, and even bigger filet, bigger shrimp, and bigger scallops. Wow! Indulge on bigger portions of delicious Italian classics, all made from scratch every day.
Bigger wine pours and bigger slices of cheesecake? Wow!
Hurry into your local Carrabba's tonight and get more of the homemade taste you love. More Carrabba's? Wow! Carrabba's, Italian worth talking about.
Till the tears run down from my eyes, Lord, somebody, ooh, somebody, can anybody find me somebody to love?
Alexa, play hits from Queen.
Okay.
Somebody to love.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.